Hi everyone, I'm outside today to show you how to make something really fun and interesting for your garden with a little bit of a winter twist. Come on inside and I'll show you how. So we're making a frozen suncatcher like this one here. But before we can start, you need to pause the video and head out into your garden to collect some lovely things to decorate it with, like I have here. You might want to choose some pine cones, some colourful berries from your garden, but be careful with those if you do, or some nice leaves. So head back when you're ready to start. So, to make your frozen suncatcher, you're going to need to collect a few objects from around your house, like these ones I've got here. So I've got a nice plastic bowl. This is what we're going to make the suncatcher in. I've gone for plastic because it's a little bit easier to take the suncatcher out of once it's frozen at the end. And you might just want to watch that it's not too tall to fit inside one of your freezer trays. I've also got a jug of water, some string, which I've tied into a little loop. This is what you're going to hang it to a tree from outside at the end, and I'll show you what to do with that in just a moment. And from your earlier walk outside, you should have collected some things to decorate it with to put inside. I've got some pine cones, some holly leaves, which are often associated with the season of winter. I've got some lovely little yellow wildflowers that were growing in my garden, some red berries, and from an earlier beach walk this week I've also got some little pieces of sea glass here. I've got some nice shiny green ones and some frosty winter snow looking white ones that I'm going to put in. Right then, so we're ready to start now, and the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our jug of water and we're going to pour that into our bowl, ready to go. Pour it all the way, and you want a nice amount in there so it'll be nice and thick at the end once it's frozen. And then all we do is we take the things we've collected and we start to scatter them in. So I'm going to put in some holly leaves, I'm going to put in a lovely nice yellow flower, I'm going to pop in a couple of pine cones. They're a bit heavier so they might sink to the bottom. And I'm going to put in a few of my berries, probably not all of them. I might break some off and scatter a few in there, scatter a few in there, maybe another holly leaf as well. So now it's time to put our suncatcher into the freezer, but before we do, there's one more very important step that involves taking that loop of string that I showed you earlier. This is to hang it from in the tree, so we need to make sure that it's dipped down inside the water like that, so that when it freezes, it's nice and solid, but you don't want it all in the water, so make sure that some of it is hanging over the side of your bowl like that. Now, just before we put it into the freezer, I wonder if you can tell me what temperature it will need to be to make the water inside here freeze. Pause the video now and have a little think. Well done if you said 0 degrees Celsius, because that's the freezing point of water. And this freezer here that we're about to put it inside of is somewhere between a chilly -10 and -18, so it will certainly do the trick. So, in it goes. And we'll check back in a few hours to see how it's gone. Right, so mine's been freezing nicely overnight in the freezer, and as you can see the water has gone solid, so it's time to pop it out of the bowl. Now mine's been sitting outside of the freezer for a few minutes, so it has managed to come out just nicely like this. But if yours doesn't, you could turn the bowl upside down and just run a little bit of warm water over the back of the bowl to encourage the suncatcher on its way out. So all that's left to do is go and hang it from our favourite tree in the garden. Off we go! So there we go, our suncatcher is now hanging in the tree. Maybe you could have a go at estimating how long it will take for this ice to melt, as the temperature today is around 4 degrees, so it is above the freezing point of water. Give it a go, and I can't wait to see how you get on. See you next time.